Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to this week's Forex Focus. I hope you had an excellent week in the markets last week. Certainly the sterling fell off an absolute cliff, which is what we were sort of expecting. So hopefully you all managed to bag some massive profits off of that. In this week's video, we're going to be looking at a different pair, but just to answer a very quick question for some of you who have sent me emails since the move has taken place, because a few of you kind of, you watched the video, and obviously the videos, as I stated, are for educational purposes only, but you watched the video, you decided that it was something that you were interested in, you agreed with the analysis, and obviously you did your own due diligence, but then you went and missed the move, and I've had a few emails come in basically asking, what do you do in those circumstances? Once you've missed the main move, everybody says you don't want to go and chase a trade, which is absolutely right. You don't want to be chasing a trade and getting in late, and sort of like skewing your risk reward and all of that kind of good stuff. So how do you take advantage of those moves? Because obviously it's not hit the longer term profit targets yet, and we still expect them to hit those profit targets. So the logic says is that there obviously must be some more profit in those particular trades. But if you've missed them, then the danger that you have is that you get in and obviously your risk to reward is just all wrong. So what do you do ultimately? And basically what I'd recommend for those people who have missed such opportunities, not just last week, but just in general, is to ultimately look at the lower time frame. So, we looked at this particular opportunity off of a daily and a 4-hour charts last week. Now, if you've missed those moves on the longer term time frames, then often you'll see other opportunities on something like the 1-hour chart or even the 15-minute and 5-minute charts as well. So the advice, the recommendation to people that have missed those opportunities is ultimately to drop down to a different time frame, a lower time frame, and look for an opportunity in the direction of the longer term trend. And therefore, when you're doing it that way, you can then keep your stops in closer, and obviously you're not then negatively skewing your risk reward. All right. So I hope that helps all of you that missed the initial big moves last week. Hopefully there'll be some more room in for you for this week. But without further ado, now let's jump over to the charts and look at the opportunities that could be setting up in the markets for this week coming to us. So the one that's interesting for us for the week ahead, and there are lots that are interesting for us for the week ahead, but the one that we're focusing on in the Forex Focus this week is the AUDCAD. Now the AUDCAD, the thing that we like about it is, if I just zoom in here for a second, the AUDCAD since about November of last year, it's been selling off quite significantly, and it basically broke the 100 moving average here. It had a little bit of a play with it and then sold off through it. And then since then, it's pulled back to a previous level of support, which is this little area here, which potentially could become resistance. Now, for those of you that have been following us for any amount of time, you'll know that these are our favorite types of setups. We try and look for these patterns wherever we can on the chart. So what we're looking to do with this particular pair here is drop down to something like the 1-hour chart. We've got the 4-hour here just to actually highlight the previous level of support, which is this one here, becomes resistance. So the market's broken through there, it's coming back to it, and it's respecting this level here. But the entry itself, we'll probably look to take it on the 1-hour chart, because you're going to be able to see it a little bit more clearly. With the 4-hour chart, the problem that you'll get, let's get in there. The 4-hour chart, the problem that you'll get is that you're not going to be able to see the pattern clearly. The 1-hour chart, you'll be able to see this pattern. And ultimately, it's actually almost setting up here. So if it breaks below this level, which is the 97, 98 level, so around the 98 level here, if it breaks below that level there, then we're going to be game. We'll be looking for the short opportunity, and we'll be looking for the market to bring us all the way down here. Okay, and ultimately the reason that we're looking for this setup here, and this is something that's very, very important to understand about trading in general, is that you want to be trading from levels that make sense. You need to be trading a strategy that is logical. It's not going to make you money on every trade, but it needs to be logical enough that you can believe in it and you can have faith in it and you can trade it again and again and again, because you're going to have inevitable losing streaks, and you need to be able to make sure that you're still there taking the trades when you're having the positive streaks. And what we like with this opportunity here is, if you go back, and this is the same for any particular trading system. I'm sorry if I'm digressing here a little bit, but I just want to talk to you very quickly about trading systems and what you're looking for. Ultimately, with trading systems, you're looking for repeatable patterns, right? You're looking for something that you can kind of trade again and again and really sort of make sense. And one of the things that we see, actually, this is a bad example of a chart, but generally you'll see on these charts is the markets tend to interact with the 100 moving average. And I've said this before, it's not that it's the 100 moving average, so that's why the markets are interacting with them, but the markets go through phases of trending and price acceptance, price consolidation. Basically when the market moves in one particular direction, it's always going to have a phase where it pulls back and it goes sideways for a little bit. And what you tend to see, as I said, this particular chart is a little bit of a bad example, but what you do tend to see is the market interacts with the 100 moving average. So when it comes back to around the 100 moving average, that tends to be where the traders feel that that's sort of fair value, where they can then get involved in the trade in the direction of the trend again. So what we're looking to do is get into trades that are repeatable. And you can see it here. Once the market moved up above here, it pulled back to around the moving average, all right, which is also a previous level of support. Pulled back to that level there. It kind of interacted with it for a short space of time before then eventually trending off in our direction. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. And we hope that the pattern that we've seen in the past is going to repeat itself, which is we've got enough momentum here. So the market is clearly showing us that it's moving in a particular direction. All we need to see now is the market interacts with this level, which is why we're looking for a 1, 2, 3 reversal on the 1 hour chart. We want to see it interact with this level and start to sort of trend downwards again. If it can do that, that's going to be our signal to take a short opportunity. And hopefully what we'll see is a repeat of what's happened back here. The market breaks through the 100 moving average eventually. It then treats it as a level of support or resistance and then sells away or rallies off from it. In this case here, because we're looking for a sell opportunity, because the markets are looking down, we're looking for it to sell off from this level here. Okay, so that wraps up this week's Forex Focus. I hope you all enjoyed it. As I said at the beginning, and as I say on every Forex Focus, please remember that these are for educational purposes only. So if you like the opportunities, if you like the analysis that we're doing, you still need to go away and look at your own charts and decide for yourself whether it's something that you like and you believe in and an opportunity, and ultimately take it off of your own accord, is what we're trying to say there. A very quick thank you to all of those people that posted comments beneath last week's video. I know we'd been away for a while, and I really, really appreciate the comments. There were loads of them. So appreciate that. Keep them coming. It just encourages me to get on here and do this every week. So, keep your comments coming. I'll try and answer all of them as and when. Obviously, I don't answer them within minutes, but when I read them, when the notifications come through, obviously I'll get to them. So thank you very much. If you have any questions about these trades here, as always, please feel free, post a comment beneath the video. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in next week's Forex Focus. Take care now.